Hello there, I'm Electric Wolf, and today I'm back in Unity. I want to show you how to add some extra debug information within the editor to make your game development a lot easier to use. As you can see, I have 3 cubes on the screen. And what you can't tell easily is how each of these cubes are linked to each other. So if I click on one, this has got no links to it. It actually says here cube, and it's got no link. But this one here, cube B, is linked to cube A, and you can see a direct line to that. And then I've got another one over here that's just demonstrating a different color, and if we select all of them, see how they're linked. I'm going to show you how to do that. Very first thing I'm going to do is create a new script, and this is going to be called just show links, and this is where the code's going to live. And then we're going to create a new cube. On this cube we're going to add that script, which is show links, and then I'm just going to copy the cube a couple more times and relabel them A, B and C, and they're all on top of each other, so let's just move them around. There we are, 3 cubes. And here's what I want to do is have a link between each cube. So if we go back to the code, so if we have a look at the code, I don't need this boilerplate here, because what I will want to do is have a public GameObject, and we're going to call it link. And then going back to Unity, you can see each of these objects now has this link on it. So let's go to here, which is cube C, and I want to link it to cube B, and then this one here is cube B. Tell you what, let's link this to cube A. And again, we've got no way of telling this within the system, not without looking down here in the inspector, and that's tedious. So it's what we want to do with our show link is give us a way to demonstrate how these are linked. So that is all done by this OnDrawGizmosSelected. Now, because we only want this to happen when we've got a link, I'm just going to do a quick test. Say, well, if link is null, then just return, basically don't do anything. Oops. But if we do have a link, we want to draw a line, and that's done with these gizmos. So select gizmo, we want to draw a line in this case, and we want to take it from our current transform position, there you go, to our link transform position, and that will demonstrate the link between the 2 items. And if we go back to Unity, there we go, straight away you can see that link. And if we select the other cube, that has a link, and this one it doesn't. And selecting all 3, they're here, and that works. One of the other things you saw in the original example is I had different colors, and this is done by a flag. In fact, this needs to be public, and let's just call it red. This could mean anything within your code. Maybe it's got extra meaning that you can change color based on some other factor. But to keep the code simple here, we're just going to do a quick if test. So, and I'm just going to use this simple flag. Don't need erasers, I'll actually get rid of them. So what you can do is set the gizmo color to whatever color you wanted. In this case, it's going to be red. Otherwise, let's make it yellow to make it stand out a little bit. I'll make it yellow. I'm going back to Unity. You can see here this one's already yellow because I haven't got red flag ticked. And same here. So I'm going to select this one and make it red, while this one is still yellow. And if you select them all, you get that appropriate color. So that works really well. One of the other things you can do with gizmos, let's put it before the link check, because this can be independent. If we select gizmo, and this time we want to draw a wire sphere, and we're going to draw this around our current position, and then the width of the sphere is going to be 1.5, so that's like half as much on the current size. So every time you select one of these, you get these additional wire spheres on. It's not really needed in this case, but if, for example, your object didn't have a mesh, you wouldn't be able to tell the object's been selected, but in this way you could. So it has additional nuances, and again you can change the radius and the color. Maybe this cube has some sort of radius detection in game, and this will be a way to show that in the editor as well, so you can make it dynamic. In fact, let's do that. Want it a float range. We're going to start it at 1.5, and this range is going to come down here and be the size of this. And if you go back to Unity, we still have that, and it's still that 1.5, but we could make this one 2.5. But as you can see here, the others aren't, so you could use that as extra information should you need it. Let's going to remove that for a second. Keep the red. One of the other things I want to show you is how you can display a label, and this is done by handles in this case. So handles dot label. Oops, it's not that. It's that, and we're going to take our current position and just put some simple text in for now. You can't really tell because that's white text on white text. There you go. And now you can see it if I remove the mesh, but that's no good because the mesh is getting in the way. So what we can do is take a position, which is going to be our transform dot position, and we want to offset it. In this case, we're going to do a vector up and multiply it by 2 units. So it's going to be 2 units above what we currently have. And just exchange that here, and we can have a position. You can see we have our here messages. That doesn't have one because it doesn't have a link, and that demonstrates where I've put the code. It's beyond that, it's in the wrong place. But here, and going back into Unity, we can have a double check on that. There you go, it's all connected. Notice how the color's not changed. That's because, again, the if statement's in the wrong place for the colours, but that's no problem. We can move that up. So where we define the colour, we can just do that first of all, and then that line will be the same colour. There you go. Now, the next thing I want to do is, rather than just having a label that says here or some object, I want to have extra information in that. But I'm going to base that information on whether or not we have a link or not. So I'm going to take it away from here, and first of all put one into our kind of quick return, and we want the name of the game object, so that's just name. I want to say we have no links, so none, and then afterwards, when we know we've got a link, this none can actually be useful information, so that will be link name, and that should display the name of the object we're actually linking to as well. And back in Unity, you can see that straight away. So cube B is linked to cube A, over here cube A is linked to none, and over here cube C is linked to cube B. And if we select all of them, we can see the whole matrix of how they're linked. So that's how to add additional information to your editor, which means your game development is going to be a lot easier to work with. It's going to highlight things and display information just in your face, if you like, and that's going to be terribly useful. So I fully recommend you do that, and it's all on OnDrawGizmosSelected. I hope you enjoyed that, and if you want to see more, please subscribe and like this video. Thank you very much.